All right, everybody, welcome back, man. Another episode, LGR Live. I got the old one up there. Monday Night Hoops. We Sunday Night Hoops. I'm off a little bit. Let me see if I can fix it. There we go. Dang, that's the old day. I'm all over the place, slipping a little bit. Monday Night Hoops, man. Second round playoffs coming up tomorrow. Couple teams have already played. Got a little bit of action in earlier, especially around this area with the Mardi Gras madness going on here in New Orleans. Hope everybody's doing well out there, man, this Sunday. Saw a lot of feedback, and the community of girls basketball, man, really growing. So really appreciate everybody for contacting us, and whether submitting scores, keeping us updated, halftime, different things like that. But man, yeah, let's get it going, man. Coach Kendrick, man, how you doing today, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just out of town, but I'm committed to this thing, bro.
Always, man. Appreciate that, man. Coach Kendrick, man, giving up his Sunday night, just with being out of town and everything like that, man, still, want to jump on here and do this thing with us, man. I really appreciate it. So,
Yeah,
nonetheless, man, let's go ahead and get it started, man. I did pop off some crystal ball predictions for the first and Division One, Division Two already. We'll pop off the rest of those a little bit later. But Division One, let's see here. Again, guys, comment below. Oh, cutting in and out. Let me see. Oh, I'm off of Wi-Fi for some reason. Give me a second. I'm off of Wi-Fi.
it kind of caught me off guard, man. I'm an hour ahead of y'all, and I was like, oh Lord, I'm late to the show.
Yeah,
and
for
then I
sure.
realized, no, I'm an hour ahead.
I love it, man. Let me see if this makes any adjustments. Mr. Patterson, man, we still cutting in and out. I do have a yellow bar right now. Let me see if we can fix it. I just switched over to Wi-Fi. Give it a little bit of time. I'm gonna go check my router right now. As a matter of fact, Coach Kendrick, man, you want to take it over for us right quick? I got a couple people text me saying it is going in and out. I'm gonna
Yeah,
check out my
man.
router
Listen,
real quick.
first round was nothing short of amazing. Me and Chris, we've had, like he said, we had a lot of calls, a lot of people texting us, asking us what we thought about the first round. Listen, I'd say that the first round was amazing, and we can only imagine what the second round is going to be like. Of course, all the teams from the byes will be playing tomorrow. They've been sitting idle, waiting on their opponent, and they get to play basketball. I talked to a coach today, a texted coach today, was just asking her about their run, Parkway, and she was just like, Coach, this is year 21 for me. I'm ready to play ball. And so it's they're sitting anxious, waiting to play tomorrow, man. It's just when they ready to play.
Looks like I'm in and out a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and shut the stream down, guys. I think I have a better connection now. Trying to get a little closer to the router. Actually, now it's back green. I'm gonna give it a little bit of time, really quick. So I'll give it about 30 seconds or so. Mr. Patterson, man, anybody watching, y'all can comment below. How's the connection now? It did go back green. If it's good to go, we'll stay with it. If not, I'll shut it down and try to pick back where we're at. I did step out of the room, man, so I didn't hear a lot of what you were saying though. The first round was pretty good. I got to see the Chalmette Ruston game up close and personal, with that being LGR Live Game of the Week. That was really fun game, man. Chalmette played really, really well. Ruston did a great job getting on the road. Being a 25 seed, down by one at halftime. They're down by one with 12 seconds to go. Best player really in the gym had the basketball in her hand, and McWayne with a shot to take the lead on the road. So can't ask for much more. Both those teams had a great season. Ruston went through so much adversity, man. So for them to go on the road and take Chalmette down to the wire was definitely fun. Kind of definitely saw that coming, I guess you can say. So that's why we had that being the game of the week. But they advanced, man. They're going to play Mandeville, which is a really good matchup. I love seeing that one. Rematch of the first game of the year to being someone's last game of the year. That's pretty cool. You don't see that a lot. Mandeville came out on top, but I think Chalmette has really drastically improved. I did release crystal ball prediction. I got Mandeville winning that game, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than what it was the first game, as it was, I think, a 20-point game. Chalmette's just really good versus man-to-man. I think Mandeville's going to be able to make enough shots though, kind of down the stretch. Have you talked about any of these other predictions that you got?
No, I haven't, man. I was just getting them back. Hopefully, you would have walked back in. So, like I said, I was just talking about this first round and saying that the bye teams are ready to play, bro.
Absolutely. That's the crazy thing. You really talked about that a lot. And these teams are having to sit out, so that's going to be interesting to say the least. Where these teams haven't played for 10 days and then they're having to play again. I think we could see some teams jump out on other teams. Destrehan played really well in the first round, getting that win versus Airline. You would think they were going to be a little more sharp than Zachary, as Zachary sat out for 10 days or whatever. But it's going to be interesting to see and keep an eye on that, because that's something that we haven't seen across the state. We've seen it in other classifications, lower B and C or whatever, but the buys are something that's going to be interesting, especially that 4 seed buy or the 8 seed buy in the select now, where it's not that big of a gap between the 8 and whoever they're playing, the 12 or the 13. But yeah, man, what you got, man? Walker versus Benton, man.
I got the Lady Wildcats advancing to the quarters, man. Corey Arnold. They've been, I think, maybe the team to beat all year long in this division. And when they had that hiccup against, I think it was Albany, right?
Yep.
Looked like they just on a mission ever since. So I'm taking them.
Yeah, for sure, man. Coach Mary Ward's definitely gonna be in her bag of tricks for sure. So who knows what the score could be here? It could be close. It could be blowout. But like you said, I think at the end of the day, Walker's pressure, like I posted, just gonna be a little bit too much for Benton. Benton again has to travel on the road. That's just a long trip, man, all the way to Lake Charles, back home, and then turn around, come all the way back to Walker. Shout out to Benton. I think they've done a great job, with the season that they had to be able to get that 17 seed. But unfortunately, the 17-16's got to turn around and play Walker or Parkway in the second round, and that's just a tough draw. Moving on to the next one, Mandeville Chalmette, man. What you got?
Man, I like Mandeville on that one. I seen them, so I think they got what it take. I know they got to travel to Chalmette. Don't know how far of a ride that is, but I'm gonna take Mandeville in that one.
Yeah, and I agree. I kind of talked about that already. But it is going to be cool to see the first round matchup. They played each other. Mandeville jumped out on them one handily. So to see the difference between the first game of the year and the last game of the year, it's going to be cool. Cool little matchup, and it's at Chalmette this time, so should be fun. Kind of another one that's similar to that is Ben Franklin and Mount Carmel, as they'll play back to back. Ben Franklin's last game of the year was versus Mount Carmel. And now they turn around and play them again. So it's going to be interesting to see how the different tail of tape is with that one. But next round, man, Ponchatoula and Thibodaux, as well as what you got, Zachary and Destrehan down there.
I got Punchy and Zachary there.
And what's your reasoning, I guess? Dive down a little bit.
Well, listen.
And then talk about that quarterfinal matchup as well.
Yeah, Punchy, listen, Punchy is who we thought they were going to be once they got Taylor Jackson back. Looked like they've been rolling. They started the season off slow and everybody kind of counted them out, didn't know what was going on with Punchy. But, Coach Patricia does a good job coaching. So she knew what she had when she got some players back healthy and they were going to be rolling. And that quarterfinal matchup, Zachary, Punchy, I'm going to defer to you on that end. You've seen it before. You were there for it, right? I think.
No, I haven't. But I think, to that point, I got the same matchup as well. I think Thibodaux has the ability to fight with Ponchatoula. It's just a tough draw, man. I think Thibodaux being a 12 seed could have really beat a couple of the other teams that are 6, 7, or even the 4 range. Maybe they could have gave Zachary a little bit of run for the money. They do match up well with some teams, but Ponchatoula is just one of the hottest teams in the state, so that's unfortunate. And having to go into Ponchatoula, again, I talked about hostile environment. I said that with Natchitoches Central, and people were upset in the terminology. Hostile environment means that your student section, everybody shows up, and they give it to the other team, and Ponchatoula has that. They have a student body that shows up. They're all standing up the entire game. Like, that's a hostile environment. It's very hard to go into those games, to those gyms and win those games, especially when Ponchatoula knows that that's their last home game. They're gonna have everybody there, man. Ponchatoula's gonna be rocking and rolling there. But as far as the quarterfinal matchup, again, I think Ponchatoula is going to be the favorite there, but again, it's at Zachary, quarterfinal game. You don't really see a lot of upsets in the quarterfinals here in Louisiana girls basketball. So Zachary could pull it out. I do think Ponchatoula is the favorite, though. But that's when it really starts getting into some really good games. Louisiana Prep Scoreboard did a great job of breaking down the differences in point differential from these rounds and stuff. And I think the executive committee has done a great job in switching and putting just good basketball together with the way that the brackets are, and the split that the way it is now. We're going to see a lot of really good second round games, a ton of quarterfinal games that are going to be fun. But man, let's move down to the bottom half of the bracket, man. I'll go ahead and get us started here, man. Barb, again, Houghton put him out. I mean, that district put Barb out of the playoffs last year. I think that's something that we can kind of keep an eye on, and how tough that district has been in the past. I do favor Barb. I think Barb has been playing some really good basketball, gone around and played some of the tough people across the state. Man, shout out to Slidell. Slidell came away with a 1-point victory over Denham. That's a huge upset. It would be interesting to see if it was the old rules, as they just changed it this year to where the high seed, no matter what, is the home team. It would be interesting to see if that game was at Slidell. I could see maybe even some people favoring Slidell, but I think you got to go with Jasmine Matthews and crew there, East St. John advancing. That's where we get down to probably what I would say is going to be the best matchup, the best environment in the state, especially in the higher classes. Maybe not in the lower classes because they just have great community involvement. But Natchitoches Central, again, what I talked about with hostile environment, man, the student section is behind the goal. It's absolutely nuts. You're going into them. I like Santamon, man. I think Santamon is prepared. They have the ability to play with some of the top teams in this division. So I could see a possible upset there. But, I mean, I don't see an argument with Natchitoches Central advancing either. And then that gets us to Parkway. I think Parkway obviously cruises into that one. What's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, man, that Natchitoches Central St. Amant game is going to be probably the best game. Again, like you said, that environment at Natchitoches Central, Coach Jones has done a good job. They're young. They're going to all be back next year. But, man, St. Amant just took Walker to the wire a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going, and I got a kid that transferred to Natchitoches, but I'm going to pick St. Amant in that one, too. That's going to be the game of the week, I believe.
Yeah, and I mean, whoever comes out of that Santamon Natchitoches Central, I'm not sure they can fully compete with Parkway. Again, I think Parkway's just on a mission, quarterfinal game at their place. But I do think that those two teams, have the ability to compete with them. I don't know if they'll have what it takes to really get over the hump, but I do like either one of those teams competing with Parkway.
And no disrespect to Natchitoches, whatnot, Parkway's beat them pretty handily 2 times in district already. I think it was over 30 points both times. So, they're going to have to come up with another game strategy if they're going to make it close if they get by St. Amant.
Absolutely, man. What do you think about the quarterfinals, man? If you see your two teams advancing on the top side of this bracket, Barb, St. John.
I'm gonna go Barb. I'm gonna chalk it with Barb. Coach Trey, those two guards they got, with Manley and Williams, I believe.
Yeah.
So I think they're just gonna be too much. Jazz, can't discredit her. Asia. What's the guard from East St. John? Help me out
Ward.
there, Asia. I know.
Asia
Ward. Yeah. So it's gonna be a good matchup. May come down to the nitty gritty, man. But I'm gonna go Coach Trey. He's too good of a coach. I know him. So I'll lean his way. And then in that quarterfinal, St. Amant Parkway. Of course, I'm going Parkway.
Yeah, for sure, man. Again, guys, we're going to jump ahead to the next division, Division One on the select side. Before we get into that, guys, really appreciate everybody for joining us. Feel free to comment, man. Comment, like the page, share the stream, tag some friends. Let them know we're live on Facebook as well as YouTube, youtube.com/LGR basketball. For anybody that doesn't have Facebook, you can go watch it live. You can come back and watch it later. We really appreciate all the comments. We'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on, who you think is going to come out, different things like that. The more we comment, the more we can continue to talk about girls basketball, the bigger we can grow this platform. So appreciate everybody for joining us. Let's get those comments going. Division One select, man. What's your thoughts here? Second round, again, this is normally a lot of blowouts here all the way through. So it's really cool to see how much deeper Division One select is. But top half of the bracket, man. It's all yours. Oh, Coach Kendrick, you there?
Hey,
there you go.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris, we're kind of cutting out on the feed.
Oh, everybody else, we still cutting out?
Yeah. Can you hear me, man? I think we're cutting out on the feed.
Going in and out. All right, I'm gonna move to get a little closer.
Chris.
Let me see.
Yeah, I can hear. I can hear you. Can you hear me, Coach?
Yo, I'm good, man. You go ahead whenever you get a chance. I'm gonna try to move a little closer to the Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah, if you can hear us, guys, just give us 1 second. We're having some technical difficulties here, but yeah, we're in that bottom half. John Curtis. We're in the bottom half here of the Division One select. If you guys are still with us, just bear with us 1 second. John Curtis versus Bird. Looks like we get this matchup every year. And it always goes John Curtis' way. I think they're just going to be too much for Bird here. They did get a good win going down to St. Joseph's, but we're going to lean towards John Curtis and John Curtis' way on that one. So Liberty and Dominican. That's going to be a good one. We talked about that one last week. It's one of those game